This is my son Mukund Das.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Mr. Akshit.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Matthews. Hello, Mr. Virenji. Hello, Mr. Vishwas Sethi. Hello, Mr. Aslamji.
No, it is Mrs. Shabnam Aslam.
Okay, Mr. Shabnam Aslam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi,
They
hello.
are all my colleagues over here in Dubai from the Shutterbucks Photography Club.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Great.
Nice.
We will wait for 5-10 minutes and we can till then we can have a small discussions or any chit chats we can have, and then we begin the session exactly at 7:10.
Yeah, right. That would be better. So Mukund sir has included 2 more slides, I think. Right, sir?
Yeah. I have added the slide on the, what shall I say, Al Marmoom Conservation Reserve and also on Russell Khor Bird Sanctuary.
Okay.
Good evening and welcome, Govind Bhai. And my sister has also joined, Mrs. Parmeshwari Channabai. She is based in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe.
Okay, good.
Yeah, people are popping in, and let me share a few more places. Gargi, just before you end the session and in the middle also, you will have to request everyone to switch on their camera so that we can take a screenshot, like it should be a group screenshot.
At the end, no? At the end.
At the end of the session. So we request everyone to be there till the end of the session, and definitely it will be a beautiful session and we will be able to showcase the birds of the avian beauty of UAE through Mukund sir's lens, and
Right.
we are really proud that he is with us today. Let me share few with the WhatsApp group, and I will join again. I am there, just switching off my camera.
Okay. So Mukund sir, did you find the date and click of that photograph you had sent me?
No, I did not, because I was too busy to look into that one. I will
Okay,
do
take
that
your own
alone,
time, but do
maybe.
please send me,
Yeah.
because that would help me to identify the bird properly.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So-
Yeah, sure, Gargi. Yeah.
Because raptors are quite challenging, and they usually put lot of challenges for identification, or you need to have that date, place, and the month
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the year, so that if it is a migratory bird, then your search would be little bit extensive, and if it is a local bird, then you can round up within few species and you can have the result.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I need those data for identification.
I will do that one. Yeah,
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
yeah. Most welcome. This is my sister and brother-in-law from Zimbabwe, Mozambique. I mean
Welcome,
Zimbabwe,
ma'am.
Bulawayo, Zimbabwe.
Hello, sir.
Thank
Hello,
you, sir.
ma'am. How are you? Just unmute yourself. Unmute yourself and tell.
Hello. Yeah. Nice to see you all.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for attending the presentation today.
Ma'am,
I'm
heartiest
here to
welcome.
Thank you.
support my brother.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much.
We are very much privileged to have him.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You have to mute it now. No?
So very soon we are going to start the presentation. Just 5 more minutes and we will start it. That
Hello,
black
Madhura.
swan photograph of yours is very nice, Mukund sir.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
really double. It's a really masterpiece.
Mm, but
Today I was showing that particular photograph to my daughter and she was like, "Mama, chalo, ab to hum chalte hain Dubai kisi bhi tarah se. Let's see. All the
oh my God.
swans are there and let us see that."
Rasmi sir, we should have some workshop in Dubai from your end.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
It should be a photo trip for 7 days.
Right.
It should be one
We will
extensive
plan
one, I think. Along with your group, the photography group, I think exploring nature, we should all plan something great over there.
Okay.
And the team will be led by Gargi, ma'am, for as an ornithologist over there.
Thank you so much. We will plan that. And we will bother Mukund sir for that also.
Yeah, you're
Little
most
bit.
welcome.
Thank
Such
you,
type
sir.
of botherations are always welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Mukul, is Isani there? Hina?
I will see Ishani should be there, I believe.
No, I don't see.
Wait, I'll just check with Ishani.
She had logged in, but at the moment I don't see her.
She's going through the problem of her connectivity or something with the laptop or something else. So let me check with her.
Your voice is very faint, Mukul.
Am I audible or not?
Yeah, you are audible, but very
Anyways,
slow.
so
Very
your voice will
faintly.
matter today.
Sorry?
Anyways, your voice will matter today.
Okay.
As always. Is it okay to start now? So it is 7:10.
Mukul,
Yeah, we should start the session.
we should start?
Carry on, please.
Okay. Okay, hello everyone. Good evening to all of you. A hearty welcome to all the participants over here. And today we are going to have our talk show called Jungle Giants. I'm Gargi Mishra, your host for today's talk show. But before moving to our talk show, here it is a bit of introduction about our company and the esteemed speaker today we have. I'm audible now?
Yeah.
Is clear? My voice is clear, Mukund?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay.
Absolutely
Fine.
clear.
Yeah. We are a wildlife consulting company called Exploring Nature. It is basically a community of like-minded people. Okay, actually, there are like-minded people over here who have, we formed a group and to save the nature. We are like-minded people who love and see the nature differently. In bird terms, I would rather say we are the barbs of a single feather. I should tell you what is a barb. Barb is the single strings of a feather. You must have seen that. So our primary mission is to create awareness to save nature. And so that the people in the present as well as in the future can cherish nature with its utmost glory. In short, we believe protect nature and she will protect you. And our regular talk show, Jungle Shine, is a stepping stone in that direction of creating awareness among the general mass. It is an initiative, or you can say it is an interactive platform for knowledge sharing and discussion. So, these are the different initiatives we organize under our banner of exploring nature. They are nature trails and photo walks, nature and wildlife photography workshops, nature and wildlife photography camps, nature and wildlife photography expeditions. And I will tell you a little bit about all these initiatives. The first one is nature trails and photo walks. This is meant for all the age groups actually. In this, we make people understand the importance of coexistence with nature amicably. Human and nature's relationship is age old. Everybody knows that very well. But when and why the conflict is now we are facing between the nature and mankind, where we made mistakes and how we can correct ourselves. We share the knowledge of documentation, identification, and the photography of the jungle denizens and nature through this program. So there would be experts who will make you understand the importance of nature and all the identification and photography and documentation of the people's the jungle denizens or the animals or the flora and fauna living in the jungle. And the second one is nature and wildlife photography workshops. During these workshops, participants would learn to capture nature through the lenses under expert guidance. They can make their own photo stories by capturing nature's smallest to the largest element we have in nature. In other words, they will learn the macro as well as the micro photography under supervision. Learning the use of appropriate gear and gadgets is also a part of this workshop. So people are going to have the skills of understanding nature as well as the different kind of gadgets through this program. Then thirdly, we have, just a minute. Thirdly, we have nature and wildlife photography camps. In this, we can, through this program, we can make people understand the nature, nature and wildlife photography can be created lively with the proper knowledge of proper knowledge and understanding nature. All the amateur photographers should know to read the moods of nature to have emotive as well as effective photography. In short, the photograph should speak to its spectators. Simultaneously, with best photography comes great responsibility towards nature, which should never be compromised in any case. The experts sensitize the participants about their responsibility towards nature in these camps. And the fourth initiative is nature and wildlife photography expeditions. Our nature and wildlife photography expeditions help to develop the sustainability-based ecotourism, which indirectly help the economic growth of the area. As a result, the local tourism would get a boost, and the people living in and around the area would get a chance of better living. Subsequently, the participants and the people in that area would understand the importance of nature conservation under expert guidance. And finally, we have wildlife consultation. And wildlife consultation section deals with the management of bird sanctuaries, wildlife sanctuaries, national parks and tiger reserves in assessing habitats, observe wildlife, conduct wildlife surveys, planning and development of sustainable ecotourism, guide training programs, and promotional and conservational activities. And those are the brief intro about our company. Let's meet our today's esteemed speaker today we have. This is Mr. Mukund Das. He is from Silicon Valley of India, that is Bangalore, but currently he lives in Dubai. Over the last few years, he found new love in photography. He started taking pictures of sunrise, sunset, landscape, nature during the weekends. But it was his love for nature, especially the birds, that brought him fame when his picture, The Great Egret, got published in the local newspaper called Gulf News, which won the General Public Award for him. This was followed by more such publications of birds in the local newspapers of Abu Dhabi as well. During this short stint, he has also taken part in various national salons and circuits, winning PSA Gold medal and more than 100 acceptances. He has earned the International Photographic Distinction AICS, or Associate of Image Holic Society International, and APSNJ, Associate of Photographic Society of New Jersey in 2018. Mukund ji has also presented his picture of birds at an evening of inspiration event in Dubai. He has also successfully exhibited his works at the Collective Vision Edition 1 and 2 Dubai, which received critical acclaim. Finally, he says, if you want to shoot nature, shoot it with a camera, not with a gun. Preserve nature for generations to come. And today he is going to present the Avian scape of UAE. These are his contact address, contact details. If you want to contact him, then try to just write down these details and contact him. And finally, here is the contact details of Exploring Nature. All of you can contact Exploring Nature with the following contact details. You have email ID, then the phone numbers, then Facebook link, Insta and Twitter accounts, so that you at any moment of time you can contact Exploring Nature. Now, I would request our esteemed guest speaker to take the control of the stage. Mukund sir, the stage is all yours. All the best. Hello, Mukund sir, are you there? Hello? Mukund sir, are you there? Are you listening? Your voice is not audible, sir.
Hello, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, yeah. Hello, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I think I had muted myself during your presentation. Now I have unmuted, and I would like to thank you so much for your introduction, and I hope I live up to the expectations of the August gathering that has joined us today. I will share the screen now. Is it clear? Is it visible, the screen?
Yes, sir,
Hello?
it is visible. Yes,
Yeah.
sir, it is
Yeah.
visible.
Before I make the presentation, I would like to highlight the fact that the black swan that you see here and which are commonly seen at Al Qudra lakes, they are not the natural habitat of, they are not the natural species of UAE, but they have been introduced over a period of time. And now they have taken the, like we say, the fish to the water, the swans have taken to the water, and they have multiplied and breeding successfully in the UAE. Okay, this one was highlighted by one of the what shall I say, for nature photographers of UAE, Mr. Kinnock, and I had promised him that I will highlight this fact. I want to dedicate today's presentation to my late mother, Mrs. Savita Bain, who has been an inspiration right from my childhood. And before I continue any further, I would also like to thank my mentor, Mr. Muhammad Arfan Asif, the renowned photographer, under whose guidance and discipline I have learned some basics of photography, and I continue to learn under his guidance. I want to thank him, Mr. Muhammad Arfan Asif, and all my colleagues associated with Shutterbugs Creative Forum. Coming to the landscape, there are 10 Ramsar sites in UAE, and I'm not going to go through it, but this is the slide presents which names the some of the, the 10 Ramsar sites of UAE. Then some of the hotspots for birding in UAE. The Ramsar sites are one thing, but what we physically see, some of the sites where you go in search of the birding, the hotspots, the warm farms in Fujairah, some private estate in Alain, Al Watba Camel Racetrack, Al Mushrif Park, Al Mushrif Palace Gardens in Abu Dhabi, Khor Al Beida in Al Quain, Al Watba Wetland Reserve in Sharjah, Safa Park in Dubai, Al Marmoom Desert Conservation, Dubai. This is my most favorite place. And of course, Al Qudra Lakes associated with it. Mamzar Park in Dubai, Mushrif Park in Dubai. Then there are some endemic birds. As per the eBird of UAE, it lists about 468 species. Many of them have been introduced by humans over a period of decades. Then some of the bird species seen in the UAE include, there's a long list. It will take a long time if I were to go through it. So I'm not going. In case anybody is interested, I can share this with them. Then one of the most colorful native birds of Dubai is the Kalba kingfisher, collared kingfisher, which is named as Kalbenesis because it is only found in this particular place called as Kalba, which is part of the Emirate of Sharjah. So before I go further, I just want to give a brief history about the UAE landscape. UAE is made up of 7 different emirates. Just like in India, we have different states. In UAE, we have 7 emirates. Abu Dhabi is the capital, Dubai, Sharjah, then Ajman, Al Quwain, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, and we have Alain, which is part of Abu Dhabi Emirates. Okay. Then I want to give a brief about the Al Marmoom Desert Conservation Reserve. This is the most interesting, most what shall I say, the reserve which has brought lots of nature and wildlife, mainly the birds and some animal species, into the open for the public to see and enjoy and appreciate. It is spanning about 10% of Dubai's total area. It was established quite recently in 2018, and it is the largest unfenced nature reserve in the UAE. The nature is open to public. It is abundant with native wildlife. It hosts one of the largest populations of Arabian oryx in Dubai and the highest concentration of large flamingos, mainly the greater flamingos, in the UAE. There is about more than 40 acres of shrub and fertile land. The desert sanctuary is home to over 158 species of migratory birds. The months from September, October onwards up to March, April is the period for migratory birds to pass through Dubai or UAE. 204 species of native birds, many other endangered species, and over 10 square kilometers of lakes. I make a mention every now and then about Al Qudra lakes. Those lakes are in this Al Marmoom desert, and these lakes are all man-made, and it provides a habitat for the waders and the various water birds. Similarly, there is this Russell Khor Wildlife Sanctuary in Dubai. It is basically a mangrove, and it is in the midst of the bustling and busy Dubai landscape infrastructure of jungles. I mean, jungle is of lands, I mean, the various buildings infrastructure. Amongst that, you have this mangrove, which is reserved, protected by the Dubai municipality. Recently, it has got the Ramsar awardation, and it is one of the largest place for the greater flamingos. More than 500 of them live and breed there.
Sir, sir, your slides are not moving, I think.
Not moving?
Are you at Ras Al Khor Wildlife Sanctuary, Dubai?
Yeah. Okay.
Mukund,
Now I move.
sorry
Yes,
to
please.
interrupt.
Yeah.
Is it possible for you to put it on full screen? I think I'm seeing it.
No,
as like,
yesterday
we cannot do that
when we
because
tried, when we tried, if I put that on full screen, maybe the slide doesn't move to the other audience.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So, but is it moving in your case,
Yes,
Mr.
yes.
Matthew?
It's in
Yeah,
Ras Al Khor Wildlife Sanctuary.
Yeah.
in Dubai.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Most welcome. And then this slide shows the names of various species that I have personally spotted. As of the last week, it was at 132 different species. I have still a long way to go out of 468, but with patience, I hope to reach at least the halfway. Then this one is one of the most, what shall I say, sought after and most appreciated bustard, the McQueen's bustard, also called as the Harbora bustard. I have seen that only once in Al Qudra or the desert area. Then we have another species of bustard, Nubian bustard, in Al Marmoom Desert Conservation Reserve area. I have seen it only once. Of course, these are the black swans, of which Ms. Gargi has become a big fan. It symbolizes my love for bird photography, because of the formation that it is shown. Then this is a very interesting common kingfisher. Even though the name is common, but it is not very common. And the birders in UAE, they come from far and wide looking out for this particular common kingfisher. And luckily, over a period of 1 or 2 months, it was perching on this particular perch. But once this perch was removed, we lost her. We can identify the sex of the kingfisher by the color of the lower beak, which is reddish in case of female, as if it has applied the lipstick. I'm sure Ms. Garge will be able to cross-check and confirm that. Ms. Garge, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, Mrs. Garge, she is an ornithologist, so I have to be very careful when I make any comments about the names of the species.
Actually, I'm also learning.
Yeah, thank you. Then the next couple of slides will showcase the various species of herons that we have it in Dubai, starting with purple heron, then the striped heron. This part shows the names where I had seen them and photographed. That is Russell Code Bird Sanctuary, about which I had made a mention about. Then you have the Western Reef Heron, again at Russell Code Bird Sanctuary. The Indian Pond Heron, amongst the population of UAE of more than 10 million, about 3 million are Indians. So why the Indian Pond Heron should miss out? So it shows up showing its ability to catch the fish. Then we have the Great Heron taking to the skies. The black-crowned night heron, again at Al Qudra Lakes, Dubai. I hope the slide is moving in all of you. Please, in case of any issue, let me know, please.
Yes, sir, it's moving.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Then Little Egret, as Mrs. Gargi had mentioned in her introduction, this was one of the first pictures of mine which got published in the local newspaper. So it gave me a lot of satisfaction, a lot of motivation to continue with the photography. And this is a picture of that. Then the Great Egret. I love this slide because of the manner in which this photograph was clicked and frozen for eternity. Then the Great Cormorant, again at Russell Code Bird Sanctuary. Then we have the Socotra Cormorant. This one was taken at Coral Beida in Al Quain, which is about roughly 50-60 kilometers to the north of Dubai. It is proudly showing off its wings, but of course it is basking and trying to dry its feathers after coming out of the waters, which is its natural behavior, to shake off the water and dry their feathers. The next one is great white pelican. This is a very, very rare sighting. I saw this maybe about 3 years back at Russell Core, and I haven't heard any of my birder friends having sighted it in the last 2-3 years. It is a migratory bird. You are lucky if you happen to see once in a while. Then similarly, this is again a very rare migratory bird, yellow-billed stork, again sighted at Russell Code Bird Sanctuary in Dubai. Again, maybe about nearly 2 to 3 years back. Then greater spotted eagle. I thank Mrs. Gargi for correcting myself yesterday. Thank you so much. And the booted eagle, very rare sighting. I saw it only once at a place called Expo Lake. This lake was created to honor the Expo 2020 that Dubai hosted, even though it was supposed to be in 2020 due to the corona pandemic. It got postponed by a year, but it was very successful. The expo, attracting nearly 25 million visitors. Then we have this Egyptian vulture. It is actually a resident of Jabal Hafid, the mountain in Alain. Jabal means mountain. The name is Jabal Hafid in Alain. Then we have the western marsh harrier. This is a migratory bird of prey. It is now the season. It is actually started last week. Some of my friends sighted this harrier again. It starts coming to Dubai around month of September, stays till January, February before it migrates away with the onset of hot summer season. Then this is a beauty. I love the eyes, the red eyes of a black-winged kite. It's a very rare sighting, and I was lucky to see it only once in Al Marmoon Conservation Reserve area of Dubai. Then this is an absolute beauty for me, the black-eared kite with its wings wide spread out. It is again a migratory bird. Then osprey, Mrs. Gargi, yesterday I had wrongly labeled the greater spotted eagle as osprey. I got one with its kill today, and I have added to the slide the osprey. What a beauty it is when it dives into the lake and picks up a fish. I don't have one picking up the fish, but this one, it had picked up the fish and it was feasting on it on the chopped tree. Then we have some ducks, starting with green-tailed duck. Very colorful, and such a pleasure to see that one. Then we have the ruddy shell duck. Very rare. I've seen it only once at Expo Lake 2020. Then we have the northern pin-tailed duck. Again, not very common, but very lucky to have seen it once. This fulvous whistling duck, you normally see it at Al Qudra lakes every now and then. Then red-crested pochard, it's a beauty to see it. Yeah. These are all migratory birds. Then we have the rosy-billed pochard. This is a new one that I've added. Al Qudra Lakes, Dubai. Then we have the Rudy turnstone. I have seen at two different places, Al Khor Beida, Coral Beida in Al Quain, and also in Hamim Lake, Hamim Beach Lake at Abu Dhabi, the Rudy turnstone. Such a beauty there. Then Wimbrel with its very typical long, lower curved beak at Hamim Beach, Abu Dhabi. Then the black-tailed godwit, Hamim Beach, Abu Dhabi again. It looks like figure 7, you know. When I had one presentation during the evening presentation, I had taken this slide and made it the 7th slide representing the shape of 7. Then the bar-tailed godwit, very beautiful bird. And like Ms. Garge would identify, it has a long beak which is curved little bit upwards. The difference between the black-tailed godwit and the bar-tailed godwit, the beaks are long, but in case of bar-tailed, it is curved little bit to the up. Then we have the common snipe, one of the smallest snipes, found with a long beak to dig into the marshy area of the water side at Al Qudra, Dubai. Then we have the pied ovachet. It's a very peculiar to have the long beak with a spoon-like curved upwards. So if you see that when you for the first time, you'll wonder how it uses its special curved beak to pick up its food from the water or the sides of the beach. It's very interesting indeed. Then this is one of the most colorful birds that I have seen, the European roller. It's a migratory bird. I have seen it only once. I have to thank one of my friend who was with me to have spotted this and showed, hey, Mukund, see, there is something. And when I saw, unfortunately, he was sitting on the other side of the front seat in the car and he could not take a picture. But I was able to take this and I dedicate this to him, my friend, Mr. Naren Rana. I don't know whether he had joined the presentation or not, but he cited it and he showed me, but he could not take the picture. Very, very rare sighting. Then one of my most favorite bird, the Indian roller, quite common across the Emirates of UAE. We see that most regularly at Al Qudra Lakes or Al Marmoom Desert Conservation Area. And across the Dubai, you get to see this one in various parks as well. Very colorful, especially when in flight. Then the purple sunbird male, I changed from yesterday's Lutyens. There was some doubt about the ID. So luckily I had one more, so I changed that one. I hope Mrs. Gargi will agree to me. With me, this is the male sunbird, purple sunbird.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, thank you. Then very small and cute, adorable northern VTF. I saw at Al Watwa wetland in Abu Dhabi, maybe about 3 years back. Then this is a migratory, the blue throat. What a beautiful, very colorful neck region. And also the tail, as if this picture as if it is showing off its colors. And I was lucky to click within the fraction of the second that it had displayed this colorful tail. So I'm posting two different parts of it, the front, the blue throat, and the colorful tail. I hope the audience appreciates the color and the beauty of nature of this bird. Then the green bee-eater, we see this on a regular basis at various parts in across the UAE. This one was clicked in the emirate called Ras Al Khaimah, which is one of the 7 emirates in the northern part of UAE. Then the common rock thrush, even though it is common, but believe me, it is very difficult to spot this one. This one was spotted in Al Uraya National Park region or area, which is off limits to the people because it is protected. It is in the Emirates of Fujairah. You find this only amongst the mountains, rock mountains. I've seen it only once and lucky to have it among my collection. And then very small but very graceful Pyrnia. What a beauty, what a cute little bird it is. It gives so much of pleasure when you spot that one. Very active. Coral Beta, Queen, Emirate. Then the black redstart female in Mushrif Park. Mushrif Park, it is a public park in Dubai, and I've seen it only once. Then we have the woodchat shrike at Mamzar Park in Dubai. I saw this only once. It was reported on the eBird site, and when my friend saw this report, he immediately told me, Mukund, we have to go there. So luckily it was a weekend and we could spot that one. And I was very happy, thanks to my friend, Mr. Ashutosh, who is not here, but he moved to India. Then we have a red-tailed shrike, again spotted at Mamzar Park, Dubai on the same day. Then the great grey shrike, we see this regularly in Al Qudra Lake area, Dubai, and of course across the Emirates of UAE, quite common. Then Isabelline shrike, also quite common across the various Emirates of UAE. This one clicked at Expo Lake 2020, Dubai. Then we have this spectacled bulbul. It is putting up, keeping in its name, it is putting up a great spectacle of its wings. So I was lucky to click this particular frame in its all beauty. I hope you will also appreciate and enjoy this as much as I when I clicked it and see it whenever I get time. Then the red-vented bulbul, quite common, but this is very special for me because this particular picture was published in the Wildlife Trust, their magazine, you know, so very special for me. Then the gray-crowned cranes. Actually, these are not the species of UAE. This is introduced by the Dubai municipality. This is, as you will be aware, this is the national bird of Uganda and many other African countries. But what a colorful pair they are, always together. You know, you may not find that many human couples staying together all the time, but this couple, they are always together, come what may, sun, rain, whatever, they are always together. A treat to the eyes to watch. Then the glossy ibises, migratory. This is, for me, this is a very beautiful frame, because if you see all the birds, they are looking at in one direction, and there is a glossy finish to this particular frame as well, keeping with the name, and you see the shadow as well in the water, or the reflection rather. And it was a very cloudy morning. I was actually shivering, hiding in the, taking shelter in the hide of Russell Core, and got this frame. Then the mute swan, it was landing, and I was able to freeze. I was sitting in the car when I suddenly saw that one landing and was able to take this picture. Then the moorhen, quite common in Al Qudra Lakes. Then the gray-headed swamp hen. a very colorful, very shy, skittish bird. Actually, this area had a lot of reed grass grown, but it had dried up and the municipality people were clearing. So it had to show up and I could get a clear view of this very colorful bird. Then we have this white wagtail, very, very colorful bird and very active. Then common sandpiper, this one clicked in Khor Kalba, that is part of Sharjah, away towards the northern region. Then the little owl, Al Marmoom Desert Conservation Reserve. Here, this is again another picture of mine that got published in the local newspaper, Gulf News. So I have taken a clip and shown it by the side. It's very special for me. And this one was clicked way back in 2017. And after that one, we only saw the little owl maybe a year or so earlier. And there are many of them now. So a couple of months ago, all the birders in UAE were after clicking the little owl. So it's very special for me. Then the Pharaoh eagle owl, it's a great beauty to see its eyes shining, the orange red eyes. It's so very beautiful. Then the different larks I have included in the presentation, starting with the crested lark. Then we have the desert lark. Of course, UAE is a desert. So lucky to have something resembling or appropriate habitat for the bird, the desert lark. It was shot in Fujairah Mountains. Then we have the black-crowned sparrow lark in Expo Lake area. The greater hoopoe lark. Here I mentioned Al Marmoon Desert Conservation Reserve, but you know, in this desert region there are shrubs, small trees that are growing, so that's why you see this greenery in the background. So this is mainly for the animals like, say, the gazelle or the oryx, which feed on them. And amongst this, there are insects, so the lark tries to pick one for itself. Then you have the gray francolin, quite common, very skittish, always running, but you hardly see it flying, always running on the ground. Then the flamingos, like I had mentioned, the Russell Code area or the Al Qudra or the Hamim Beach, they are the place for the flamingos, mainly the greater flamingos. And I had clicked this one in Hamim Beach, Abu Dhabi. And I had taken part with this picture in the Greek circuit, photography circuit. And I was lucky to be awarded the PSA Gold medal. So this is very special for me. Then the Arabian babbler, very, very, what shall I say, rare sighting. And I have seen it only once, Al Marmoom Desert Conservation Reserve. Then the Arabian partridge, actually this has been introduced in the Jabal mountain area, but this was introduced maybe about 3 years back, but today you will see hundreds of them in that region. They have adapted very well and multiplied predominantly covering whole of the mountain region. Then you have the cream-colored cursor, a migratory bird. then curlew sandpiper, coral by the Quain, the little stint, and of course the Egyptian Niger. What a sleeping beauty it is. Very difficult to identify, very difficult to spot because of its ability to camouflage, mingle with the desert sand, and unless it flies away when you go near to it, it's very difficult to spot. So this I love this picture very much. Then you have the sanderling, Russell Code Bird Sanctuary. Then the pin-tailed sandgrouse. They are so very noisy, and there were so many of them. Even though I mentioned it is in the desert area, you'll see the green lawn area here. This is actually the man-made lawn around the parking area, the roundabout, and they were seen over there for more than a month. So that's why you see the green background, but actually otherwise you will have it in the desert. Then you have the spotted sandgrouse. I have seen it only once, and only one was there around. Then you have the pteric sandpiper. Then coming to the different lapwings, this red-wattled lapwing, this is very, very common across the UAE. And one unique feature about the lapwing is they don't perch on the trees. They are always on land. So you have to be, I mean, when they lay their eggs and you happen to pass near to that, they are very noisy. They try to shoo you away from that place. So if you find them making too much of noise, you can guess that maybe their young ones are nearby or eggs are nearby. Then I have the white-tailed lapwing, again a very rare sighting in UAE, a migratory bird. Then sociable lapwing, this is very, very rare. As per the eBird of Dubai, I mean UAE, maybe in the last 3 years, there was no sighting of sociable lapwing. This one I was able to see sometime in the month of April, May of 2022. It was taken in warm farms in Fujairah, very, very rare. There were about 8 of them and very far. So I took a chance just to get a record shot. Maybe not very clear, but at least for the record that I have seen this sociable lapwing. Then some plovers, Kentish plover in Abu Dhabi. Then red-capped plover. Crab plover. Crab plover you get to see only in coral beta of Quain, because in this area there is a mangrove and there are thousands of crab. So you will see this crab plover only in this particular mangrove region. Then the lesser sand plover, very, very rare. I saw it for the first time. This one about 2 months back I had seen in Al Qudra region. Then like Mrs. Gargi mentioned, what we can do to save nature, shoot with the camera, not with the gun. Okay, we have to preserve the nature for the future generations to come, because the nature and the wildlife, they also have equal right to live and survive and thrive. Actually, we are taking over their space, not the other way. So we have to give it back to nature. Then that's it. And I would like to thank the entire admin team and the distinguished members of Exploring Nature for giving me this opportunity to make the presentation. Thanks also to each one of you, my dear friends, who have taken the time out to attend this presentation. I hope you enjoyed as much as of it as much as I did in preparing and presenting. And I want to make a special mention and my sincere thanks to my mentor, Mr. Mohammad Arfan Asif, Shutterbuck's Creative Forum, a world-renowned photographer with more than 3 decades of dedication to photography. Whatever little I know about photography, I have learned from Mr. Mohammad Arfan. My sincere thanks to him. So with this, I end my presentation. If you have any questions, anything, kindly do let me know.
Thank you so much, Mukund sir. The presentation is quite amazing and informative. Within a very short span of time, we visited the whole UAE through your lenses, and we came to know so many new species which just arise our interest to visit UAE someday and have a glance over these beautiful species which are not usually found in India. And you had included so many marvelous photographs and beautifully captured shots. So in future also, I think you will guide us to whenever we will visit UAE. And thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for devoting your valuable time and giving such a nice presentation. If you want to take some questions from the audience.
I'm open. Sure.
Sir,
So whoever is wish to
kindly
ask.
please stop, sir. Kindly please stop sharing your screens so that we will be in a group. And I request everyone to switch on your camera during this question answer session so that we can be more interactive. Thank you so much.
Right.
Anybody has any questions? Either you understood everything or did not understand. Because before I came to Dubai, I was a lecturer in Pharmacy College, Alamin College of Pharmacy in Bangalore. So when I joined the teaching profession, I went back to my professor and asked him, sir, just tell me what is the secret of teaching? How to face the students, or what is the secret? So he told me, Mukund, the most important thing is either you should be able to convince or confuse the students. There is no other option. You convince, they will not ask you anything. If you confuse, they will not ask you anything, because they don't know what to ask when they are totally confused. I hope it is not the situation over here now.
Actually, Vivekanand sir has been asking on the chat box. Let me read it for him. Is there any hunting
excuse me, Gargi. Let him ask openly in the forum. Not a problem at all.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Vivekanand sir, just unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello, Vivekanand ji. Are you there? You can ask the questions yourself.
Don't worry, else I'll read it for you.
Fine.
Okay. Is there any record of birds by locals? Any elementary study going on? What about the population of bustard deer? Actually, these are the things he is asking. Mukund sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for this question. Actually, over here, the laws are very, very strict when it comes to shooting, poaching, or killing, or any harm to the nature, or anything else. The laws are very, very strict. So since the awareness and the implementation of the laws are very strict, irrespective of who he or she is, normally nothing like that happens over here. Coming to the bustard, there is the government-aided conservation research and the breeding that takes place of the bustard, mainly the Harbora bustard. Among the ruling family, among the locals, the bustard and the falcons, they are the most precious of the bird species. Okay, so in case anybody were to even handle or do anything wrong with the bustard, there will be very strict consequences, serious consequences for them. So they are all bred inside the research center in Dubai and in Abu Dhabi. So I don't have the numbers for them, but very rare to see them in the wild. But whatever you see sometimes are the ones which escape from their breeding region, because it is an open space. And sometimes they come out from that, and if you are lucky enough at that point in time, you are there, you get to see them and maybe take photograph. I hope I was able to convey the message to the gentleman.
He can reply with the chat box. Okay, Mukund sir, okay, yeah, you go on. Matthew sir, you go on.
Yeah, sorry, I can't put on my video because I think Google does not prevents me from doing that. I'm not too sure why.
Yeah, no issue.
So
Yeah,
there was
tell me,
just a
please.
comment, not more than a question. That is the Socotrian cormorant and the Egyptian vultures, were two things and birds which I have personally seen in Socotra, in the island, in Socotra Island itself. So you mentioned that they actually come here, so it's fantastic. I mean, I was so happy to see those two birds, which I have seen personally in the Socotra Island itself, which is a very secluded island off the Yemen coast. So I just wanted to say it's fantastic to have seen that. Yeah, thank you. Lovely.
No, I have to thank you for having seen that there and having acknowledged its presence over here.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Yes, because
thank you so much, Mr.
in
Matthew.
Socotra, Mukund, we see thousands of them along the coast, and I would never have thought that they also migrate into the UAE. Interesting.
But actually, I have seen it only once in Al Quain. But such a beauty it is, especially when they spread out their wing to dry. It's very beautiful sight.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Mr. Matthew.
Mukund sir, one thing I wanted to point out, I think that Wimbrel you have included, no? That is, I think, the Eurasian curlew, because I didn't find that black mark on its head. Actually, yesterday I just missed it. I couldn't see properly because the angle was such that I just missed the thing. So please do confirm the ID once again.
Okay, I will do that one. Thank you so much.
So, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And here we also have our godfather, Dr. Mithilesh Dwivedi sir, who is our basically the backbone, and he is our very senior consultant as a ornithologist. He has around more than 30 years of bird watching experience. So we would like him to ask anything from Mukund Dass sir, if you can, please. That would be really great. And make the session.
Well, Mukul, I really appreciate the Mukund sir activity in the field of bird study by photographic evidences, and he also pointed out the rarities in UAE. I also observed a small bird, Siberian stone chat, just the slide just after blue throat.
Yeah.
A small bird you are talking about, the Siberian stone chat.
Yeah, yeah.
It was female, and it also reached there, I hope, as a migratory one.
Yeah, yeah. These were all migratory. And I found that only in warm farms in Fujairah.
I noticed that one.
Thank you for noticing it. So my effort is well appreciated, and
highly appreciate. Not only well, you have taken a moment of the birds.
Thank you,
And
sir.
for any study person, studying the birds and their behavior, all these moments or activity seized in camera are point for enjoyment, happiness. हम लोग दिन भर थक के आ जाते हैं, कभी कभी कोई चिड़िया अच्छी नहीं मिली, लेकिन कोई एट ए ग्लांस गए और कैप्चर हो गया.
सही है.
जैसे मेरे साथ हुआ. एक बार मैं अर्ली मॉर्निंग घूम रहा था पार्क में शहर के बीचों बीच, और ये एक किंग फिशर अचानक से फ्रेश वाटर स्नेक लेकर चला गया. सडनली मुझे लगा, मैं देखा नहीं, मुझे केवल इतना ही हुआ, क्या था इतना लंबा उसके चोंच में. स्टॉक बिल्ड किंगफिशर वाज देयर. और वो मुकुल जी के शहर में बोकारो में हुआ था, सिटी पार्क के अंदर. एंड आई फॉलोड द पाथ. आई फाउंड इट बैटिंग ऑन द ब्रांच ऑफ द ट्री बिफोर swallowing, and I picked it. Give me high pleasure कि एक छोटे से अंदेशे पर हमने फॉलो अप किया और पा गया रिजल्ट. तो आपके प्रयास बहुत अच्छे हैं सर.
थैंक यू सर.
और बैठे बैठे वैरायटी ऑफ सेंट ग्रोव्स को भी देखने को मौका दिया आपने, तो बहुत अच्छा लगा. और बहुत दिन से इंतजार था आपका कि हम लोग प्रोग्राम देखें. थैंक यू
सर. थैंक यू सो मच.
सबको थैंक यू. आप सब अरेंज करते रहते हैं. ओके.
या.
Thank you so much, Mithlesh sir. Sir Mukund sir, there is another question from Vivekanand sir once again. He is asking, what about the radio telemetry study on migratory birds?
Frankly, I don't look into such details, scientific background and studies and all that, because for me, photography is just an hobby, weekend hobby. So I have not looked into the other parts, what this gentleman is asking about. Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Anyone else would like to ask anything?
Yes, Mukund, this is Mr. Cooper from SBCF.
Hello, yeah, Mr. Cooper, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for a brilliant presentation. Got to learn a few things about the birds in the UAE. I had a question in terms of the equipment that you use, specifically the lenses that you use, because I know how difficult it is to carry large lenses, and whether you have been able to shoot all these images with a particular kind of lens, or what was their focal length. If you can maybe elaborate a little bit on that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cooper, first of all, for taking time out to attend this presentation. The equipment I have is Nikon 850D850, and the lens is 200-500. I don't have any prime lens. So all my pictures have been with the same Nikon 200-500, mainly shot at 500 mm.
Okay. And any use of filters or anything?
No. I have not used any filter or any other equipment.
Okay.
Just keeping it to the basics.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Hello. Hi. Mukund and all the team. This is Rao from Bangalore, India.
Welcome, Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao is my classmate from Pharmacy College way back in Bangalore. So thank you for joining. Yes, Mr. Rao, tell me.
Yeah, very nice, interesting, and very informative too.
Thank you. Thank you so
very
much.
rare birds in action and fantastic photographs too.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rao. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You and all the team involved. Very good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rao.
Anyone else would like to ask anything, please? And I would request everyone to switch on your camera so that we can have a group screenshot, please. Yeah. Are you all ready? Thank you so much, everyone. And we are also like, we have our presence on Facebook. We have a group called Exploring Nature. I have shared the link. So you all can join our group and be with us all the time. Share your lovely images, share your stories with us. And we do a lot of activities. We are basically very much active as a wildlife consulting company, and we are working with the tiger reserves in India, and we are working with the bird sanctuaries in India, and even we are working with the communities, community-based wildlife here in India. So and we are also planning to do so many stuff, educating all the students, bringing them, connecting them with the nature. So please support us. If you are there with us, you are supporting us. And you know, if you have stories from nature to be told, we will definitely arrange a session for you as well.
There is one request for Mukund sir from my side.
Yes,
Sir, please, if you can, then please try to get the local stories woven around the birds. That would be very much interesting to hear from you. Whatever birds are there, if there are some stories around them, then please collect them and try to share with the FB page or any platform you want to. That would be very interesting.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
So, Mukul, should we wrap up the session over here?
We wrap up the session here.
Thank you all of you guys. Thanks a lot
And
for
Ms.
being
Gargi,
here.
just one, because I understand that this presentation has been recorded. Will you be sharing this or?
Yeah, we will be sharing it on YouTube.
Yeah, after a short while.
And if you can, if you can share that link to me, maybe
Absolutely.
I can share it with my friends, those who could not attend for any reason.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, sir. Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you once again to each one of you for attending. I really thank from the bottom of my heart, because today is a weekend and I understand it is difficult with the family commitments to take out time and to be present here the entire presentation. Thank you once again to each one of you. God bless you all.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We catch up again. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you,
all of
Mukund. Thank you.
Hope we will see you all in the next presentation as well. You take care. Bye-bye. Stay healthy.
Bye-bye.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Okay,
Bye.
right. Good night. All of you.